guys, welcome back to my channel. We are back with baking. I have Bryson here. We're gonna be baking chocolate chip cookies. I made these cookies before. They were pretty delicious. I couldn't resist of not eating them, so I kept eating them. So I decided to make more, and I'm in the mood to bake, and I took the butter out, this and that, so there's that. I'm gonna link down below the recipe that I have. I did get it from Pinterest. There is a YouTube of it as well, since it is on the blog, but I'll link it down below. I also will put the ingredients, let alone I'll explain them to you. So you need 1 stick of butter, which is 8 tablespoons. You need a 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1½ cup of flour, 1/2 tablespoon or 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now you can add salt. Salt actually brings out sweetness, so you can use as, like, you don't want to overpower the salt, but whatever. Obviously you need a baking sheet and your oven. The oven, it is preheated at 350. I've already buttered it down because I do put aluminum foil, which you'll see. And I have my butter here that's starting to solidify a little bit. So what you're gonna do, you're actually gonna melt the butter a little bit. I break the sticks up a little so it has, like, so the microwave can, like, melt it a little bit better. And then I put it in for 30 seconds. Now my microwave is very powerful, so I melt it. And then, I mean, you can do a little bit more than 30. You kind of want to eyeball it, but you also want to make sure that it's not hot when you start mixing the stuff. So I usually, like, try to, I'll let it cool, not cool, but, like, I'll mix the butter, the melted butter, with whatever is left over and whatnot. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but it's starting to liquefy a little bit. Well, it is liquefied, but kind of want to make it a little bit smooth. You can use a fork. I use a spoon. You can use a whisk. You can use your stand mixer or your little handheld mixer. Like, if you saw my other video, I use it by hand because I don't have those items, nor do I'm okay with doing it by hand. By the way, my appearance, don't mind it. It is quarantine still in Illinois. We still have the stay-at-home order, and I don't have no reason to wear makeup. Or let alone, I haven't really been in the mood, though I do feel like it. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix this up very well. All right, now I'm gonna add the sugar. So I have my sugar here. Now, I'm gonna admit, this is kind of hard to have Bryson right here with me. So you want 1/2 cup of white. So we're just gonna pour that in. Now I have a trick for brown sugar. Now I have brown sugar in a container. What you're actually gonna do, now say if it's like solid like this, like, see how it's like plumpy, what we're actually gonna do, we're gonna take a wet paper towel. Well, I wouldn't say wet, but we're wet a paper towel, and you kind of want it just enough where it covers the paper towel, like the wetness. We're gonna cover and pop it in the microwave for a little bit and break it up. Put it in for 30 seconds. Now with flour and the sugar, I'm actually going to spoon it out into the measuring cup versus sticking the measuring cup in, just because you get a better, I guess, a better measurement. Considering, like, for chocolate chip cookies, they say to usually weigh the dry ingredients, but I don't have a scale, so I'm just gonna scoop. I'm just gonna mash. Oh shit. Mash it up. And as you can see, it's like kind of a little, it's not as clumpy. It's more easy to deal with. So just scoop. Yep, and there we go. And we're gonna pour that in. I'm gonna keep this spoon out. Put this back here. Move this out of the way. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but just mix the sugar, aka cream the sugars and butter. So like I said, you want to make sure the butter is not hot, otherwise it will give off a different texture to the I'm gonna say the dough, or soon to be dough. I kind of want to look something like this. It's like gritty looking. That's the texture I'm getting here. Alright, now the vanilla extract. I've had this bottle forever and I wish I had more because I definitely bake a lot to use this. So we're going to take 1 teaspoon, so we're just going to pour over. Do that. Put this away. As you notice, like everything that after I'm done with everything, I put everything away. So we're gonna, you want to make sure you want to mix the vanilla before adding the egg. That. Now we got the egg. All right, now the egg, you want to break it. So you want to break the yolk, but you also don't want to overdo, like overcook or overbeat the egg, because obviously that will also do a different texture of the, what was it, of the cookies. So you kind of just want it well blended or well combined, and that the egg is pretty much donezo. Like, I don't know how to explain the egg, but it says to be well combined, but you don't want to overbeat the egg, because obviously that will obviously bring a different texture to. Okay, so it kind of looks like that once it clears. So there's that. Now we add flour, baking soda, and salt. So for baking soda, it is ½ tablespoon, and I'm just gonna eyeball it because I'm pretty good with it. So, and then my salt, like I said, you can add more. It's a ¼ teaspoon, but we'll just do that. Since I have the grinder, just probably do like no more than 4 spins, but you can add more if you like. And then flour. So we're gonna take the spoon that I used for the brown and scoop in the thing. Like I said, we're just gonna scoop. Oh. And try not to make a mess, but that's normal. I'm Gabby. I always make a mess. No matter what. So I already put the 1/2 cup. And there goes the oven. And then now the full cup. Now, kind of want to blend this. So as you can see, it's starting to clump together. Yeah. So, whoop, I'm flinging dough everywhere. Literally everywhere. Okay. I'm actually going to add a little bit, so I'm just going to add 1/2 of this spoon. And you kind of want this part of the recipe, like when you get to this part, you kind of want to make sure that it's like it's the right consistency, because that's when because after this is when you're going to add the chocolate chips and in my case the M&Ms. So it's okay if the what's it called, dough, not dough, but it's okay if the flour, because flour is not gonna hurt. So there's that. Now, all right, so I eyeball when it comes to chocolate chips, so we're gonna see, just because I am actually using now my mini M&Ms. I'm just gonna take a couple handfuls. Okay, so now, well, this piece that you fold in, like you only fold in the, like you fold in the dough. Fold in the M&Ms, whatever M&Ms, chocolate chips, candies, whatever you want, you fold in, because you don't really stir. And what we're actually going to do, so it's a lot of work. You gotta try the best that you can. So I'm gonna eyeball, like usually that's why I use a spoon, because the spoon kind of helps, but if you have like a cookie scoop, and just gonna make a ball, and just goes like that, and then pop. And there they look. Now we're gonna pop these in the oven. Ooh. All right. Timer, it says 9 to 11 minutes, so I'm just gonna do 10 minutes and see from there. But I'll check back. Well, I'll come back when they're all done out of the oven. Okay, so I took the cookies out. I did put them in for 9 minutes, and then I actually put it in for another 2, so they're a total of 11. So we're just gonna let these cool for a little bit, and I'm gonna put it on this plate. This is my plate that I let them cool down, and then I'm just gonna kind of make sure my dough here is still live. And I feel like I usually can do, because of my size of my cookies, I do 2 batches. So yep, you just want to be very careful of taking these off the pan, just because they are still still fresh. So I'll be back. I'll let these cool down for another 2 minutes and then I'll come back.